That was loud. What's up, everybody? This is Scott with Team 512 and I'm back with another video. We're going to start out with a cold start of my 2017 C7 Corvette Grand Sport with the AWE Track Edition Axleback and the AWE Performance Xpipe. So it's about to get rowdy, so headphone users, watch out. Listen to that. She's rowdy, boys. She's rowdy. All right, let's get inside and take her for a rip. So the purpose of today's video is to talk to you about this exhaust setup and whether it drones or not. So right now I'm on a back road here doing about 45 miles an hour, about 1400 RPMs in 5th gear, and I'm not really getting much drone at all. Now typically when I drive this car, I'm usually a gear lower than I really need to be, just because I like hearing the exhaust. But would it get old and tiring on the old eardrums on a long drive? That's what I'm trying to figure out today. So I'm not necessarily going on a long drive, but what I am doing is taking it on some back roads. Also, I want to get up on the highway and get it going a little faster, see if we can get it in 7th gear and just kind of cruise and see what that feels like. So right now we're in 5th gear, down to 3rd gear. Man, I mean, this exhaust combo is wicked sounding. Hope you guys can hear that, as opposed to the microphone shaking on the camera there. I mean, this just sounds amazing. Heading up a hill. You can definitely hear it. You can definitely feel it. I hope this is coming across on camera. I mean, it is kind of loud. Now, the roof is on, obviously. Windows are up. So, if we're going to get some drone, this is the type of conditions that that would produce the most drone. So, this is a Uniden R3 radar detector. I am going to do a video here coming up soon on this radar detector, why I chose it, and how I got it hooked up here with, I don't know if you guys can see here, but I do have it tapped into the electrical wiring for the rear view mirror. So I'm going to do a whole video on that in case you guys want to do that as well. But it does do some false reporting with blind spot monitoring sometimes, which gets a little annoying. And so is that car in front of me that just ran through a huge puddle. Got my car all wet, but that's okay. It's coming up to the first wash after the ceramic coating. So we really need to get this car clean because it's pretty dusty and dirty from the last few drives. But I didn't want to wash it until after a week or so of having the ceramic coat cured. So I think we're ready for a wash here in the next day or two. So normal driving conditions, I mean, yeah, running through the gears here, shifting at about 2,500 RPMs. Yeah, I mean, it's loud, it's got some noise to it, but here, I'll go right to 6th gear. We're at 1,500, 1,400 RPMs. you're not really getting much drone at all. But we are coming to an underpass. We got to crack the windows a little bit. Let's hit that real quick. All right, here comes the underpass, you guys. That was loud. Oh my gosh. I hope the camera picked that one up. Oh man, that was like almost red line in the underpass. That would have woken up the dead. Yep. Yeah, this thing sounds freaking insane, you guys. Insane. All right, you guys, so I just got back from the drive in the C7 with the AWE Track Edition Axleback and the AWE Performance Xpipe. And the question everybody asks is, does it drone? And I think you saw it does drone a little bit. I just got back and my ears they're kind of buzzing a little bit. Now, I've been in other cars that drone a lot worse than what this drones. My C5 over there, when it had the Billy Boat bullets on it with the headers and the catless Xpipe, that droned and it was unbearably loud, which is why I put the titanium Axleback on that car. And now it's too quiet. So, yes, does it drone too much? It depends on your level of sensitivity to drone. Like I said, I just got back. It was about a half-hour drive, and my ears are buzzing a little bit. But the trade-off is, it sounds amazing. But you know what else sounds amazing? The touring Axleback with these resonators on them that have the 180 technology that cancels out the drone. They do sound just as good as the Track Edition here. Do they sound better? Neither of them sound better. You can't go wrong if you go with the Track or the touring. And the great thing about the AWE system is they sell the conversion kits. So if you have the touring on your car, like I had, you get all the components that you need to install it. And then I got the Track Edition so I could swap out my tips and I could swap out the axle pipes. So that's something to consider. I would order the system that you think you're gonna like the best. And if you're ready to switch it up, just go ahead and get the conversion kit. Swapping it out isn't too bad. Just gotta be careful removing that rear fascia. But other than that, it's not a bad swap to do on your own. So a couple recommendations for you guys if you're considering this exhaust setup, the Track Edition Axleback with the Performance Xpipe on the car. You know, one thing that might help cut down on the drone is getting a mat in the back here, right? So there's some aftermarket companies that sell mats that fit in the cargo space here. That might dampen the sound, the drone a little bit. Some dyno matting would do the trick if that's something that you're into, but you're adding weight to the car, and just get the touring Axleback if you're that worried about it. Because really this 180 technology does a fantastic job of canceling out the drone. So another recommendation, if you're the type of person that spends, I don't know, 50, 60, 70% or more of your time on the highway in your C7, just get the touring Axleback, guys, because you can get up into 7th gear, 6th, 7th gear at highway speeds, and the drone just goes away, and it's a nice, quiet, enjoyable ride. So if you do road trips, or if your commute has a lot of highway miles in it, I would just suggest going with the touring, unless your level of sensitivity to drone is pretty low. Then I guess it doesn't matter. Now, if you're ripping around the streets, surface roads, stoplight to stoplight, just cruising, you know, the Track isn't bad. You can control the drone a little bit. Just make sure you shift in 1 gear higher than you normally would to hear the exhaust. And don't worry, both of these systems, particularly with that Xpipe, pop and burble when you're decelerating from a higher RPM. So they both have that same characteristic. Yeah, the track might do it a little bit more, but not much. I mean, this touring Axleback definitely pops and burbles. And if you check out the video on my channel, I'll link it down in the description, of when I installed the full touring edition in my first drive. You'll hear a lot of those pops and burbles, and you'll hear me giggling and laughing like a mad scientist. I think that's what Cars Guy said, because he was on the drive with me. So there you go, guys. Does it drone? Yes, it drones. Is it bad? Not as bad as some other cars I've been in. Just be in a higher gear than you normally would and you'll be fine. If you're doing a lot of highway miles, go ahead and get the touring Axleback, and get the conversion kit too, so you can swap back and forth. I think I am going to keep this setup for a little while, and then you know, maybe in a few weeks or a few months I'll swap it back over to the touring edition. So it's nice to have that option. But that does it for this video, you guys. Thanks for tuning in and spending time on my channel. I really do appreciate it. There's so much great automotive content on YouTube, so any time you spend with me is awesome, and I appreciate it. So thank you. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video or any of my other videos, you guys know you can email me at team512garage@gmail.com. And hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss an episode, and don't forget to smash the like button and leave me some comments, because you guys know I love interacting with people who love cars and, whoa, Corvettes just as much as I do. Till next time, see ya.